Welcome back. On today's video, we're talking about the 5 top ways to boost your credit score fast. Now, in the credit world, fast means generally 30 to 60 to 90 days. It doesn't happen very quick, but stick around to the end and we'll talk about one way that you may be able to boost it faster than that if you're able to do everything right. So here's a few different things, a few different options that we've found that I've seen over the course of time in dealing with hundreds and thousands of credit reports. There's consistent themes to what people do, but there's also tips and tricks that people are able to utilize to get their credit score higher. Number 1. Get a copy of your credit report. That's actually not number 1, that's the precursor to number 1. Get your credit report so that you understand what it is that you're looking at. And here's how you can do that. There's a website called annualcreditreport.com. It is authorized by federal law. Once a year, you can get a copy of your credit report by logging in, getting an account on here, and then going in and it'll request all 3 credit bureaus. It'll get Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion for you so that you can see exactly what is on your credit and you will see what creditors see. You can also request these by going to the creditors' websites directly if you have an account with them. Again, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and you can request an annual credit report from them, but annualcreditreport.com is a quick and easy way for you to do that. Now, after you have a copy of your credit report, look through it and see if you have any obvious delinquencies. One of the quickest ways you're going to be able to get your credit report, your credit score higher, is to dispute any items that are erroneous. And here's how you do it. This is a website called consumerfinance.gov. And this article from December 12th, 2024 is how do I dispute errors on my credit report. After you have a copy of your credit report, review it closely. If you find errors, you can dispute them using some of the tools that they provide on here. If you have late payments that are erroneous, if you have old collections and charge-offs that are erroneous, you can dispute them using this information. You can have a template letter, you can write into them. Sometimes you can do it online. In fact, right on this same article, you can go to Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You can open a dispute. Provide them with documentation. That is critical when you're dealing with anything that's of this nature. You have to have documentation to provide to them to show them that this is an error. If you can verify that you made the payments on time, if you can verify that you should not have ever gone to collections because you paid the item, you should be able to report it to them. They will verify it and then remove it from your credit report. That is the first way for you to be able to get your credit score up quick, because every item you remove makes you appear to be a better credit risk. Number 2, pay your bills on time. Know when they are due. Know how much you're supposed to pay and make sure you're paying at least the minimum payment, but preferably pay everything off, obviously. But if you're paying your bills on time, you're going to have a much higher credit score, because every time you have a late payment, it makes you a higher credit risk and it drops your credit score. On-time payments are the number 1 item that affects your credit score. So make sure you're paying your payments on time. Number 3, lower your credit utilization. What is credit utilization? Well, credit utilization is, bring this back up, credit utilization is how much you have owed against how much you can borrow. So for example, if you have a credit card with a $1,000 credit limit and you owe $1,000 on it, you are at 100% credit utilization. The credit agencies look at that as a higher risk than someone who has less than 30% utilization. So in that instance, if you have a $1,000 credit card limit, balance you can order, $1,000 credit card limit, and you owe $300 on that credit, you are at 30% utilization. And there's a number of different studies that show 30% or less utilization puts you in a better credit risk category for the credit bureaus. So if you can get down under 30%, that's great. If you can get down under 10%, that's phenomenal. Avoid carrying too much debt on a monthly basis, because again, when it goes into the algorithm, if you're carrying debt, it looks like you can't afford to pay it off, and therefore you're a higher credit risk. These are things that are not necessarily reported. These are just things that we anecdotally see when we're looking at credit reports. So low credit utilization and frequently paying off balances is going to put you in a better credit risk position than otherwise. Number 4, remove collections and negative trades. Now, we're not talking necessarily, although this would be good, about disputing these items, especially if they show that they're outstanding. What we're talking about here, though, is if you are contacted by a credit company The collectors have the authority a lot of times to remove that collection from your credit report if you pay it. So part of the negotiation can be, and yes, you can actually negotiate with creditors. Part of that negotiation should be, if I pay you, I need documentation from you that you are removing that from my credit report. Get a letter from them stating they will do that. And that way, if they fail to do it, you can give that letter to the credit agency and dispute it, and it should come off your credit report. So that is another thing that will dramatically help your credit, is if you can get negative trade lines and get collections off your credit report. That will give you a big boost. Some people have reported 40 to 100 points on their credit report from successful removal of these type of items. Number 5, keep old accounts open. Now, I'm going to caveat this because there's a lot of different information that you'll see online, and some people will say, well, you don't have to keep them open. Some people say, well, I kept mine open and it boosted my credit report. Here's my experience. If you are new and have very limited credit, you do not need to keep your trade lines open, or you should actually, keep your trade lines open, because what the algorithm is going to look back on is how much credit do you have, and again, what is your credit utilization. If your credit utilization is low because you have a couple of open balances out there that you just don't ever use, that will impact your credit. And if you're new to credit and you don't have if you don't have a long time on your credit report, you want to leave those accounts open so you have at least a few years of credit, at least a few years of trade lines out there. Now, if you have 10, 20 years of credit history, it's not going to matter that much as long as you have 1 or 2 trade lines open, paid as agreed, especially if you have a mortgage that you've been paying on for 15, 20 years or even 10 years. You don't necessarily need to keep those older trade lines open. But if you are new to the credit world, if you don't have a lot of other trade lines on your credit report, it's not going to hurt you to keep a zero balance trade line open for a longer period of time, because that will help your credit utilization, and that will also help the number of trade lines, or the length of credit that you have on your report. So those are the 5 top items. Now let me give you a little bonus. If you're looking at getting a loan and you need to get your credit score up, there is a thing out there called a rapid rescore. What a rapid rescore does, it has to be lender initiated. It has to be initiated by some sort of a lender that you're working with. Generally, you cannot initiate it, although I'll touch base on that in just a second. But if you can provide documentation to the credit bureaus and let them know that you actually have documentation, within generally about a week, they're able to do their process. There is a fee for this, but they'll go through the process, and people have reported that they see significant gains in their credit score in a matter of a week. So if you're applying for a loan that is credit score driven, or if you can't qualify because of your credit score, talk to your lender about that option, and that may be a tactic that you can utilize. Now, I did find one company here, I do not know anything about them, but they're called Settlement One, and they talk about a rapid rescore, and they offer you an option to come into their program and initiate a rapid rescore. So if for whatever reason your lender cannot do this, maybe this is an option you can utilize. I cannot verify any of that information. Now, I wanted to go through real quick an article that I found on Reddit, and this is from, it's the credit Reddit line. And this is someone's guide on how they improve their credit score from 550 to 750 in 1 year. And they give a step-by-step guide. Number 1, you'll see they did check their credit report from annualcreditreport.com, disputed any inaccuracies, paid everything on time. They say this is a game changer. Now, we may think that that's a no-brainer. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that haven't really been taught about credit and what it needs to look like. So this is the number 1 item that affects your credit score: pay things on time. Reduce credit card balances. This person focused on getting their utilization rate under 30% and then eventually under 10%, and found that this had a huge impact. Now keep in mind, they went up 200 points in 1 year. That's pretty darn solid. Opened a secured credit card. Now a secured credit card is different than a normal credit card in that you actually have to send them money and then they draw against that money, as opposed to giving you a line of credit. If you do that, make very sure that they actually report to credit, and not only report to credit if you miss a payment. Otherwise, it defeats the whole purpose of a secured credit card. But that can be a way for you to get credit and start reporting on the credit bureaus that you are making your payment on time. This particular person said they kept their old accounts open. They didn't close the old cards, and that helped them get they or improve their average credit age. Now, this is a little misleading in my opinion, because honestly, these trade lines stay on your credit report even after you close them. So it just stops reporting. So it does show that you have credit out there. However, if you have few trade lines or you're brand new to the credit world, I would keep my trade lines open for a minimum of 1 to 2 years, so that you have that information out there. It looks like you have credit and you're being wise in your utilization, and you become a lower credit risk. Once you're beyond that point and you have a bunch of items on your credit report and they've already built your trade model, then it's not as big of a deal. But as you're building credit, that is absolutely critical. One other item that we haven't touched on yet is make sure you're not out there applying for credit all the time. Every inquiry that you initiate, every time you apply for a department store credit card, a car loan, whatever, and on some of those, especially if you're at a car dealership, they may run your credit through 3 or 4 different companies to find the best deal. Whether it's for them or for you is up for debate, but they sometimes will do what's called shopping your loan around. And you want to make sure that you're not having that happen, because every inquiry will drop your credit score. They say that it doesn't. In my experience, it actually does. Usually you're supposed to get, I believe it's 6 pulls, or if you pull within 3 days, it's not going to affect your credit score. It just depends on how they've tweaked the algorithm. In my experience, it does matter how many times your credit gets pulled and by what type of entity. So don't apply for a lot of credit. Only apply for it when you really need it. And then stick with what you have, keep your utilization low, make your payments on time, and monitor your credit report. If you follow these steps, you will have better credit scores as long as you're making your payments on time, and you'll be able to utilize credit to your advantage. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, please give us a like down below. If you'd like to see more content like this, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you know someone who may benefit from this, consider sharing. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on the next one.